Okay, so hello guys, my name is Nishant Kadam and welcome to my channel. And in this particular video, we'll be talking about classes and objects in Python. Okay, so what are classes? Okay, a class is basically a structure, and based on that structure, we can create multiple objects of that particular class. Okay, so let's try to understand it with the help of an example. Okay, so let's take an example of a house. A house has a basic structure, right? Every house should have a hall, a bedroom and a kitchen. Okay, so this is the basic structure of a house. So we can create a class out of it. Okay, so this house will be a class, and what is the basic structure? That each and every house has a hall, bedroom and kitchen. Okay, and based on this basic structure, we can create different types of houses. Okay, or we can create different objects of the house class. Okay, so what are these different types of objects? Okay, a house can be 1 BHK house, a house can be a 2 BHK house, and a house can be a 3 BHK house. Okay, so you can see that each and every this type of object is based on this house structure. Okay, it is based on this basic house structure, because each and every type of this object will have a hall, will have a bedroom and will have a kitchen. Okay, so this 1 BHK, 2 BHK and 3 BHK are objects of the house class. Okay, each of them will have hall, bedroom and kitchen. That is the basic structure of the house. But this object differ from one another because the number of hall, bedroom and kitchen are different. Okay, so objects are different from one another, but they are based on a similar structure or based on a basic structure. Okay, so these are classes and objects. Okay, so now let's take an example of a dog. Okay, when we say dog, you can think that a dog has a basic structure. Okay, it has 4 legs, it has fur, it has a tail. Okay, and based on this basic structure, we can create different objects of the dog class, or we have different species of the dogs. Okay, let's say there are 3 different objects or 3 different species of this dog class, that is Chihuahua, Retriever and let's say another one is Pug. Okay, so these all types of dogs are based on a basic dog structure. They will be having 4 legs, a fur and a tail. Okay, but all these objects, these 3 objects are different from one another. Okay, a particular dog can have a different fur color, a particular dog can have different weights or different heights or different height. Okay, so this is what are classes and objects. You can take another example of a computer. Okay, a computer has a basic structure. What? It has a monitor, it has a keyboard and it has a processor. Okay, and based on this basic structure, we can create different computers. Each will have, let's say, a different dimension of monitor, each will have a different processor or a different keyboard. Okay, so these are classes and objects. So class is a basic structure, and based on these structures, objects are designed. Okay, so these are classes and objects. Okay, objects are created based on a particular class. Okay, so how will you implement it in programming? I'll be showing it to you now. Okay, so if you want to create a class in Python, you should use this keyword class. Okay, and followed by the class name and the colon. Okay, so here I have created a house. House class. Okay, and what I have done over here is that I have created an object of a house class. So if you want to create an object of a particular class, you should use this syntax over here: class name followed by parenthesis. So here you have created an object of the house class and you have stored it in the variable named as A1BHK. Okay, so this is my first type of house. Okay, and it is a 1 BHK house. Okay, and what we have discussed that each house will have a bedroom, a hall and a kitchen. Okay, so here my A1 BHK is an object of which class? Object of house class. And what I have done over here is that I have created attributes for that particular object. Okay, so this bedroom, hall and kitchen are the attributes of a particular object. Okay, bedroom, hall and kitchen are attributes. And a 1 BHK will have how many bedrooms? So it will have 1 bedroom, it will have 1 hall and it will have 1 kitchen. So these are attributes, and I have placed a value in that particular attribute. Okay, so now I can access these values over here. Okay, so now let's say I want to know how much bedroom will a 1 BHK object or a type of a house has. Okay, so I can do this: A1 BHK dot bedroom. Okay, and you can see that the output of this program is 1. So a 1 BHK house will have 1 bedroom, and you can do this similar thing for hall and kitchen. Okay, so here I have created an object of a house class, and that type of a house is 1 BHK, and we have discussed that each and every house will have a bedroom, hall and a kitchen. Okay, and this is a 1 BHK house, so it will have only one bedroom, one hall and one kitchen. So this is an object, and here we have created an attributes of that particular object. Okay, these are also called as object attributes or object variables. Why these are called as variables? Because in these variables we are storing some values, right? So these are called as object variables. Okay. So now let's say I want to create another type of house. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll create another object of this house class. Okay. And I'll store it in the variable name as a 2 BHK. So now this house type is a 2 BHK house. So it is based on a basic structure of a house, right? So it will have a bedroom, it will have a hall and it will have a kitchen. Okay. But what will differ from this particular object, that is 1 BHK object, that it will have 2 bedrooms, 2 hall and 2 kitchen. Let's say in my particular world 2 BHK has 2 bedroom, 2 hall and 2 kitchen. Okay. So now when I print this a 2 BHK dot bedroom, if I save this program and if I run it, you can see that this a 1 BHK dot bedroom will show me that it has only one bedroom. Okay. And this a 2 BHK dot bedroom will show me that it has 2 bedrooms. Okay. So these two objects of house are based on only one structure, that is they all have bedroom, hall and kitchen. Okay, but they differ from one another in some aspects. Okay, because they differ from one another. And what is that aspect over here? That it has only one bedroom, one hall and one kitchen, and it has 2 bedroom, 2 hall and 2 kitchen. Okay. So the way you can see that here object attributes are created, okay, is not the ideal way, and you can see that here the line of code is very much increased. Okay, so Python has provided us another way to define the attributes of a particular object. Okay, so we'll be learning that particular way now to define attributes of an object. And you can also notice here that we have just created an house class. We have not created the structure that I was talking about. We have not created the basic structure of this house class. Okay, so I can do this. I can just delete this 2 attributes of the A1 BHK house, and still it will run. Okay, here what I have done, I have removed the attributes hall and kitchen from a 1 BHK house, but this should not be the case, right? Each and every house should have a bedroom, hall and kitchen, but here I have just specified the bedroom, so this should not be the case. This is not dependent on the basic structure of the house. Okay, so now what I'm doing now is this. Okay, so here I have created a house class and I have also defined a basic structure of the house class. Okay, so I'll be explaining to this structure to you now. Okay, so what is this? First of all, this is the init method. Okay, this is a special method in classes in Python. Okay, so what this init method does is, okay, whenever we are creating an object of a particular class. Okay, here we have created an object of this particular class, right? So whenever we are creating an object, directly this method is getting called. This init method will be getting called. Okay, so if I try to run this program now, you can see that an error will be thrown. Okay, init 4 required positional arguments, init missing 4 required positional arguments. Okay, so whenever we are creating this object, okay, house object, then this init method will be getting called. Okay, so this is the special method in Python classes. Okay, it is expecting a house name. So what should be my house name? If I am creating a 1 BHK house, it should be 1 BHK, right? Okay, it should have a bedroom, each and every house. So what I have done over here is that these 4 attributes are compulsory for each and every object of this house class. Each and every object of this house class should have name, should have a bedroom, should have kitchen and should have a living room. So I've made it compulsory that each and every object should have a name, bedroom, kitchen and a living room. Okay. So if I want to fill values in this particular attributes, then I have to use this syntax. Okay, so this 1 BHK will be getting saved in this house name. So how many number of bedroom does a 1 BHK have? Okay, so it has 1 bedroom, 1 kitchen and 1 living room. Okay. So now if I run this program, you can see that it will be running without any errors. Okay, so what I have done here, I have made compulsory that each and every object of this house class should have a name, bedroom, kitchen and a living room. Okay, so here I have created an object of this house class and this is my house class over here. Okay, and this is the constructor method, or this is the init method that runs when we are creating an object. Okay, so now if I do this, you can see that now if I try to print the number of bedrooms in 1 BHK, a 1 BHK dot bedroom, and if I save it and if I run this program, you can see that 1 will be printed. Okay, it prints the same output as in the previous case, where we used to do this a 1 BHK dot and the attribute name, and we used to assign it a particular value. But here what we are doing, here we are dependent on this particular house class. Okay, here we are dependent on this house class, and here we have made it compulsory that each object should have a name, bedroom, kitchen and living room. Okay, so these are object attributes. Okay, and these are methods, and these are methods in particular class. Okay, each and every house will have a maintenance service, and each and every house will have a disposal service. Okay, so now if I do this a 1 BHK dot, you can see that I can access those disposal service and maintenance service method. Okay, so let's say I want to access, I want to do maintenance of my house. Okay, so I can just call this method. Okay, and if I save it, let me clear my console quickly. Okay, and if I run my program, you can see that a 1 BHK is under maintenance. Okay, so you must be curious that this 1 BHK is getting stored in this house name. This 1, 1 and 1 are getting stored in number of bedroom, number of kitchen and number of living room. So what is this self over here? Okay, this self represents this particular 1 BHK object. Okay, this self is basically object. Okay, so when I am doing this, what I am doing actually is I am doing this a 1 BHK dot name is equal to house name. Okay, so this self is nothing but that particular object of this house class. Okay, so directly what happens is, unknowingly, or it is not seen, but under the hood, this object is getting passed in this init method. Okay, and as this self, and it is getting stored in this self variable. It is not compulsory that I should name it only self. I can name it anything. Let's say I name it JK. Okay, and let me this delete this. And if I save this program, so now I should change this self to JK. Let's change this to JK, and here also JK. Okay, so you can see that I have instead of this self I have used JK now, but still my program is running, and it is creating attributes of a particular object, and it can also access the methods of that particular object. Okay, so now let's change this JK to self again. Okay, and you can also see this over here. So these are basically methods, right? So these are methods. Okay, and if we you can also think of a class and object as a class is basically a container in which different objects are stored. Okay, not objects, different variables and different functions are stored. Okay, and if I want to access those different functions and variable, I have to create an object of that class, or I have to use an object. Okay, so a class is basically a container which contains different variables and different functions inside of it, and if I want to access those functions, I have to create an object. Okay, so if I want to access this function over here, I have to create an object. Okay, and then I can access this function. Okay, so here also see that, you can see that here also the self is present. So what is happening under the hood, this a1 BHK object is getting passed to this method over here. Okay, and this self is nothing but 1 BHK. So what is a1 BHK dot name? So this a1 BHK dot name is 1 BHK, right? So if I run this program, you can see that here that name is getting printed, is under maintenance. Okay, so now what I have done over here, I have created another object of that house class. Okay, here I have created a 2 BHK object. Okay, so here I am storing it in the variable a dot 2 BHK. So here I have created another object of house class. Okay, and so now my object is my house type is 2 BHK, right? So what should be my house name? It should be 2 BHK. And what should be the number of bedroom, number of kitchen and number of living room? It should be 222, right? So here I have created another object, and the attributes of that particular object, so that object also should have a name, bedroom, kitchen and a living room attribute. Okay, but the values of that particular attribute will differ. So now the number of bedroom, hall and kitchen will be 222. Okay, so if I run this program, if I save it and if I run this program, you can see that now if I try to print a2 BHK dot bedroom, 2 will be getting printed. Okay, and similarly same goes with the methods over here. So each and every class will have, or each and every house will have this maintenance service function and disposal service function. Okay, so if I called this maintenance service method with object of 2 BHK with a2 BHK, then you can see that here 2 BHK will be getting printed. Okay, because this self over here will now be this a2 BHK object. Okay, and what is this a 2 bhk object dot name? This a 2 bhk object dot name is this 2 bhk over here. Okay, so hence this a 2 bhk is getting printed. And in the first case over here, what was this self? That is over here. What was this self? This self was a 1 bhk, right? So what is the name of this 1 bhk? The name of this 1 bhk, so this is name, right? Self dot name. So what was this name of 1 bhk? It was 1 bhk. So you can see that here 1 bhk is under maintenance is getting printed. Okay, so here I have made it compulsory that each and every object of this house, how many objects that created, no matter what, okay, but each and every object of that particular house should have a name, should have a bedroom attribute, should have a kitchen attribute, and should have a living room attribute. Okay, and they must, and they can all access this, or they must all have this two functions, that is maintenance service and a disposal service, and they will have these two functions, maintenance service and disposal service. Okay, so these are classes and objects. Okay, and this self over here represents that particular object. So if I am calling a particular method, let's say maintenance service with a particular object, okay, then in this method the name or the bedroom will kitchen will be of that particular a1 bhk object. If I am calling with 2 bhk object, then the name or the bedroom and kitchen will be of that a2 bhk object. Okay, so these are classes and objects in Python, guys. So that's it for this video. I hope you understood it, and if you are liking my video, please hit a like, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to understand the concept of classes and objects more clearly, then please check out my everything is an object in Python video. I have put the link in the description down below. It will help you to clear your concepts more. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you so much for watching.